Hi guys, it's me Lunar, welcome back to another Skyrim daily mod update video, where I show you guys some of the latest mods for PS4 and Xbox One. Before we start guys, I want to talk about my internet and the fact it doesn't really work. I recently changed IP and since then the internet cuts out all the time. In fact, yesterday and 2 days ago it was so much I couldn't even get online at all to make videos or upload videos. I tried to switch to a different IP, but apparently there's no fiber optic left in my area right now for some reason, so I have no idea when I'll be able to get fiber optic from a different provider. But with over 20 devices in my house, I kind of need fiber optic in order for things to work. So basically what I'm telling you guys is uploading or making videos right now is kind of impossible to do, and I have no idea when things will be working properly. I mean, it could be weeks, it could be months, I just literally have no idea. So guys, for a while, if I seem to be inconsistent with uploading, I literally can only upload whenever I have internet. Anyway, today guys, I have more than 6 mods in this video, as there are a bunch of smaller mods mostly. I have 3 for PS4 and 4 I think for Xbox One. Of course, all of these mods were out 2 days ago as I started making this video yesterday, but I had to stop halfway through. But I decided just to finish this one off this morning since my internet was working. Again, after this video, the next one will be out literally whenever I can. Anyway, let's jump into this one. Our first mod of the day, guys, is a mod called Optimized Vanilla Textures. Many of the vanilla textures in Skyrim are not compressed as good as they could be. As a result, you have wasted resources on your console, such as your VRAM. If this is overused, it can cause things like lag in your game, so the mod tries to prevent this kind of thing from happening by compressing the different vanilla textures. Make sure that you place this one high in your load order, guys, in order for it to work best, and that means kind of put it as close to the unofficial patch as you can. Our next mod is called Takeable Follower Hunting Bows. This mod makes most of the non-playable armors playable in the game. The intent of this is to allow you to remove previously hidden items from your follower's inventory, something that you can do with some of the mods on Xbox One, but something you couldn't previously do on PS4. So a simple mod, one that's useful if you have a follower who has better armor than you and you want to get their armor, or they have an armor that you can't really get for yourself, or if you want your follower to stop using the hunting bow, as it can be quite irritating sometimes if you have a character who has a sword and you want them to use the sword, but they always use their hunting bow whenever possible. So it can come in handy for multiple things, and it's quite a cool mod to download. Our next mod is the gunblade revolver that Squall uses in Final Fantasy VIII. The weapon is found under the Daedric section, but only requires the steel smithing perk in order to make it, using ebony, silver, and 2 steel ingots. The weapon in terms of damage is the equivalent of Daedric though, so it's quite strong, and you can also refine it at the sharpening wheel using the arcane smithing perk, and you can obviously enchant it as well. So the sword stats are nothing fancy, the same as any good weapon in the game, but the weapon itself looks really awesome. Next up we have AOF Believable Hair, and this mod replaces almost 90% of the vanilla hair with a more realistic texture. For features, you get improved textures, affects both NPCs and the player, covers 90% of all the hairstyles in Skyrim, works great with Apache hairstyles and KS hairdos if you have them, extremely low file size, and again guys, another simple but cool mod. Next up we have a mod called Power Walk. This mod changes player walk speed to something more realistic, so power walking because no one can run forever. Like you can see in the video, I can run for a really long time, which is kind of unrealistic. Also greatly decreases sprinting since sprinting is now a jog, but now jogging will cover greater distances than vanilla sprint would using the same amount of stamina. So basically you can run slower but further. The mod I guess is trying to make the walking and running a bit more realistic, which I appreciate. Personally I'm too impatient to run slower than I do, but if you like to take your time and play a more realism playthrough, then this might be a good mod for you to try out. Next up we have the Ultra Dragon Priest mask. This mod adds the enchant from all the Dragon Priest masks onto one final mask, and it's the Conoric one, not including the mask from the Dragonborn DLC though. So you can now have all the effects if you equip this mask all in one. So here are a list of all the different enchantments that you will have if you equip it. Immunity to disease and poisons, plus 20% to lockpicking, archery and alchemy, 100% increase to magicka regeneration, plus 50 magicka, minus 20% restoration and destruction magicka costs. Fire, frost and shock resistance is improved by 30%, plus 70 to your stamina, minus 20% to alteration, conjuration and illusion magicka costs, plus 20 to your carry weight limit, 20% better prices, and you can breathe underwater. When health is low, below 15%, you have a chance of 15% to cast Grand Healing and Flame Cloak. So it's a cool mod. Are you overpowered? Definitely, but some people like to play the game as a god, so I guess if that is you, then this is definitely a good mod to check out. Our final mod is the Journeyman Healer Robes Special Edition. As a practical outfit with a touch of fancy for the aspiring healers to practice their trade and passion wherever it may be needed. To hone their craft and help those who have need of it, the female version isn't skin tight or skimpy. The set consists of robes, shoes, hood, cloak and gloves. All the different pieces are clothing, and so of course they are unarmored. You can craft all of these at the tanning rack right when you load up your game, made from ordinary items so you will have no trouble crafting them, so all you need is leather strips, leather and linen wraps and you're good to go. The robes, shoes, gloves and hood are all under the miscellaneous section at the tanning rack. The cloak can be found under the leather section. There is also some special enchantment set located in a secret location somewhere in Tamriel. These pieces are called X of the Noble Healer, and the enchantments are geared towards a pure restoration mage. All the pieces can be disenchanted as well, and you can use them on other gear as they're useful for other general mage builds. The mod doesn't tell you exactly where you can find these things, but if you wander around the pale, you'll have a good chance of finding them. There's 2 of each component as well, just for your convenience. So overall, a really nice mod, and it's definitely a cool one to download, not just specifically if you're playing as a healer mage. It looks cool for any kind of mage character. I want to thank all of you for watching, and I'll be back again soon with more Skyrim videos. If you want to keep up to date with all my latest releases, click on the subscription button on the screen if you haven't done so yet, or click on my link to my previous video to keep up to date with all my latest content, including more mods, guides, and news every single day. Turn on notifications, the little bell thing next to the subscribe button as well to get notified of my latest videos as soon as they come out. You can also follow me on Twitter as well for more information. Well, with all that being said guys, until next time, stay awesome, and I will see you all in the next video.